Good day. Here's our video presentation for our capstone project, and our members are Abion Matthew, Lopez, Novie Lei, and Taniegra Vincent. And our capstone project is entitled Robible Chronicles Augmenting Catholic Education for Grades 1 and 2 Students through Game-Based Learning of the Creation Story using interactive Roblox gameplay. Imagine a child who can recite Catholic teachings by heart in the classroom, but when the bell rings, they struggle to show kindness, charity, or even teamwork, especially in online spaces where negative behaviors often go unchecked. So, despite the years memorizing lessons and attending religious activities, the values that are meant to shape daily life remains word in the page and not actions in the world. This gap between knowledge and action raises a critical question. How can we help young learners truly embody what they have learned in the classroom? So our solution is a Roblox-based game for grades 1 and 2 students at St. Paul College Pasig Incorporated, Father Luis Chavez Foundation Incorporated. This engaging, interactive world that uses game-based learning and the principles of situated learning and flow theory to turn Catholic education into a relevant experience. Here, students engage with the creation story from the Bible, play related mini-games, do quiz with Q learning and reflection, and collaborate with classmates, and lastly, genuinely practice the values their faith teaches, ensuring that what they have learned in the classroom isn't left behind at school but carried into the very heart of daily life. Let us first discuss the problem stated in this capstone project.
Generally, we explore an alternative approach to delivering Catholic education that engaged the younger, tech-savvy learners and supported their spiritual growth. Traditional methods were very appealing to students immersed in the digital environments, and educators noticed faith was harder to live out. This observation came from sources that highlighted gaps between classroom teachings and everyday actions. We also asked how learning activities could help students understand and live out Catholic teachings and values in their daily lives. The concern was that while values were taught, many students struggled to apply them consistently outside school.
Moreover, we examined how a game-based learning platform could promote positive teamwork and behavior. Experts noted online toxicity in social games and called for ethical design in learning environments. We looked at ideas like reminders during loading screens to foster cooperation and empathy. We also considered acts of charity and recognition or tutti as ways to reinforce good behavior. We also considered how interactive game-based learning could make Catholic teachings more engaging and meaningful. Research showed gamified approaches could boost motivation and engagement, along with better learning outcomes. Story-based objectives tied to biblical events, interactive mini-games, companions, and rewards were reviewed as features that sustain interest and deepen connection to faith. Lastly, we pondered on how to assess understanding and memory of Catholic faith and values. Studies suggested that reflections and activities help gauge how students internalize values by prompting moral thinking and real-life connections. We looked at post-learning quizzes that adapt to player performance, along with reflective questions to capture growth over time. Now that problems were laid out, let us now proceed to the system presentation.
Before going to the game, students and teachers are first suggested to go to the website first. The website could be accessed by the link presented, and the user would first be on the landing page, which introduces some information about the game, and it would mainly consist of the links for the game, download links for the Roblox, user manual, and the web portal. Then the teacher and the students must first create their accounts so that the teacher can track the scores of the students, and the students will be able to submit their scores to the teacher. The game is still playable even without an account on the website. However, scores would not be submitted to the teacher. When creating their accounts, the student must already have their Roblox account as their Roblox username is required. Then by agreeing to the terms and conditions and validating their email addresses to the OTPs, their account would then be created. Then the teacher can now generate class codes for the students to enter and join. These class codes would then be needed for the students to submit their scores from the game to the class code that they have joined. Some other features included here are the information about the class in the class code, table presentation of scores, and exporting of scores. That concludes the necessary features needed from the website. Let us now proceed to the game proper. The player can search the game on the Roblox, or they could just click the game link on the landing page of the website. Then the player could see the description page of the game, which includes some thumbnails as teasers for the game and other details by Roblox. When players join, they first see a loading screen with the Bible verses as reminders about good behavior. Then the landing menu appears, then prompting them to start the game. Then players spawn at the lobby center island on a platform that offers quick access to a brief tutorial. The game also ensured multimedia immersion not just visually but also through sounds. As suggested in Capstone 1 Defense, players can change their outfit fitting to what Adam and Eve wear in the creation story. On the back of the lobby, there is a boulder to verify if the player has an account on the website, which makes it green. Then beside it also features the global leaderboard showing player rankings by coins and experience, and also podiums for the developers of the game. Also, scattered coins encourage exploration throughout the lobby, and also amps are placed around the lobby, which promotes charity. Nearby, players can find credits for important acknowledgements and seat circles where they can sit and chat with others.
Now, let me show you one of the core features, the story walkthrough, access to the Tower of Scriptures, located on a separate island connected by a bridge. The bridge includes invisible walls to prevent falling and gives players a speed boost because it's a long walk. On the tower's first floor, you'll find story statistics, which is tracking metrics to the story sequences, and a teleporter that takes you to the second floor where the queue capsules are. These capsules let players choose to play alone, with a partner, or in groups of 4. After entering, players wait for the countdown before the story begins, which includes story sequences, minigames, and Bible verses that match the story's events. In multiplayer, the game waits for all players to finish their parts before proceeding to the minigame to keep things synchronized due to different connection speeds. For the start of the game, there will be a prompt for the player to choose the class code that they have, so that their play of the story will be recorded to the teacher.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
For the story cutscenes, there is narration and subtitles on what is being said. The subtitles are paraphrased from the NKJV Catholic Bible, which are checked by the religious education teachers. It is paraphrased to make the words in the story not that deep. The first task is to walk and grab the light orb, which signifies the first day of creation, which is light and darkness. The next task is to collect the clouds by jumping, which signifies the second day, which is sky and water. Next, on the third day, that is for land and plants, the task is to collect fruits from the trees. The next task is to avoid the falling stars, which signifies the fifth day about sun, moon, and stars. Lastly, the final task is to gather the foods scattered and feed them to the animals, which signifies the day 5 and 6, which are birds and sea creatures and land animals and people. Then, the final cutscene will play, which is the seventh day in which God rested.
The heavens and the earth were finished, and all their animals. On the seventh day, God finished the work he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all his work.
This ends the creation story aligned to the curriculum of the school. When the story ends, rewards are granted, and players get prompts for reflection and tuning, in which the latter being a positive feedback system available in multiplayer. Scores and reflection are then submitted to the class code if the player chose a class code. Finally, players are returned to the lobby, and the story enters a cooldown period to prevent overplaying or addiction.
After completing the story, players can now access the quiz by crossing a bridge from the lobby, similar to the tower. In the quiz area, players can view their quiz statistic and enter the quiz through a portal. The quiz takes place in a 3D environment and is a single player only. At the start, the prompt for the class code will also show an instruction explain how to answer questions, which appear on the podium with multiple choice of portals for selecting answers. Once an option is chosen, players cannot go back and the next question adapts to their skill level using a Q learning algorithm. The quiz adjusts difficulty based on a performance, making it more challenging as players improve and adaptive to what is their capability. After finishing, players receive rewards and return to the lobby to continue exploring. After collecting coins, playing the story, and taking the quiz, the player now most likely has earned many in-game coins. With that, One of the game's core features is the companion system, where players use in-game coins to purchase collectible companions. These companions come in different tiers and are summoned randomly, adding excitement and variety. Players can equip up to 3 companions at a time, which provide multiplayer boosts to the rewards they earn. The rest of the companions are stored safely until needed. Here you can see some of the 3D companions models, including pets, sacred relics, symbols, saints, and angels, all designed to enhance engagement and encourage players to collect them all. Now, let's look at the heads-up display or HUD. At the top, you find the built-in Roblox menu and settings. On the left side, there's a toggle button to hide the HUD, followed by your current order level and experience, which you can click more for more details. Next, you'll see your in-game coin count. Below is the button for the companions, showing the ones you own, equip, and their multiplayer effects, which were shown a while ago. Finally, the game supports both desktop and mobile play, with controls like joystick, sprint, and jump visible on the mobile screen for easy gameplay. That concludes the system presentation, and let us proceed to the conclusion of this custom project.
Our Roblox-based Catholic learning game for grades 1 and 2 students at St. Paul College Pasig Incorporated, Father Louis Chauvet Foundation Incorporated, aims to make faith learning modern, fun, and meaningful. It focuses on the creation story and includes story adventures, mini games, reflection points, and activities like almsgiving and tooting, so students don't just learn faith. Before proceeding, we conducted a 3-day testing for the teachers and students for the game as we scheduled and drafted events plan, cooperated with the teacher and their principal, asked for the parents' consent of the students, and then the testing proper. The content was checked by the school's religious teachers to ensure it matched their curriculum and core values. From there, we tackled our main goal, how to reach today's young, tech-savvy learners. Traditional lessons can feel dull, so this game offers a playful, mobile-friendly way to connect with Catholic teachings. Results showed high ratings in functionality, usability, and attractiveness, meaning it works smoothly, is easy to use, and keeps learners engaged.
Next, we look at how students could understand Catholic teaching and values through reflections, questions, story-based adventures, and sharing seat circles. Students were able to connect lessons with their daily lives, proving that learning values can be fun and relatable. We also made sure that the game promoted good teamwork and behavior. Features like Bible verse reminders, team goals, almsgiving, and tutoring help build a safe and positive space, avoiding the usual negativity found in online games. To keep motivation high, the game includes companions, rewards, and story tasks that make faith learning engaging over time. And for assessment, we could use quizzes guided by cue learning and reflection activities to measure not just what students remember, but how they apply it. In short, the Roblox-based platform offers an engaging, modern, and spiritually grounded way to teach Catholic education, proving that technology and faith can come together to inspire today's younger learners.
After developing and testing our Roblox-based Catholic learning game, we came up with several recommendations to make it even better. First, we suggest adding more Bible stories like Noah's Ark and the birth of Jesus to expand the narrative and deepen engagement. Teachers should also have the option to customize questions on the quiz part of the game. Next, we recommend to improve the machine learning model by analyzing cue learning data more deeply so teachers can adapt activities based on how students learn. Adding side quests and a character collection can make stories more interactive and memorable. To support everyone, we also suggest language localization for multilingual learners and accessibility features like colorblind options and theater icons. Next, connecting the game with liturgical events such as Christmas can help students see how faith lessons tie into real church celebrations. Lastly, to help sustain the project, we recommend careful monetization through Roblox, offering optional purchases like exclusive companions, extra storage, or level skips while making sure learning stays the main focus. Overall, this recommendation can make the game enhanced, more inclusive, and more meaningful to all learners. And that concludes our visual presentation for our capstone project. Thank you.